We thought, okay, we've got the kind of idea, well, we'll kind of have like no hair, you know, fashion speak. Next thing, massive curls.
Kylie Minogue, also known as Kylie, is an Australian singer, songwriter, and actress who holds dual citizenship in Australia and the United Kingdom. She's the most successful female Australian recording artist of all time, with over 80 million records sold worldwide. She's known for reinventing herself in music and fashion, for which the European press refers to her as the pop princess and a style icon. She's won a Grammy Award, 3 Brit Awards, and 17 ARIA Music Awards. Born and reared in Melbourne, Minogue originally gained attention for her role as tomboy mechanic Charlene Robinson on the Australian serial drama Neighbours. She rose to notoriety as a recording artist in the late 1980s, releasing 4 studio albums influenced by bubblegum and dance pop and produced by Stock, Aitken Waterman.
It was kind of bittersweet to see them for that moment, but go, oh, I'm not sure when I'm going to see you again.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. Her full name is Kylie Ann Minogue, but is also known as Kylie. She was born August 4th, 1961 in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, making her 53 at the time of this production. She stands at 4 feet 11 inches tall. Minogue was diagnosed with breast cancer at age 36 in May 2005, leading to the postponement of the remainder of her Showgirl, The Greatest Hits tour, and her withdrawal from the Glastonbury Festival. Minogue underwent surgery on May 21, 2005 at Cabrini Hospital in Malvern and commenced chemotherapy treatment soon after. After the surgery, the disease had no recurrence. On July 8, 2005, she made her first public appearance after surgery when she visited a children's cancer ward at Melbourne's Royal Children's Hospital. She returned to France, where she completed her chemotherapy treatment at the Institut Gustave Roussy in Villejuif near Paris. In January 2006, Minogue's publicist announced she'd finished chemotherapy and her treatment continued for the next months. Minogue was acknowledged for the impact she made by publicly discussing her cancer diagnosis and treatment. In May 2008, the French cultural minister Christine Albanel said, "Doctors now even go so far as saying there is a Kylie effect that encourages young women to have regular checks." Several scientific studies have been carried out how publicity around her case resulted in more women undergoing regular checks for cancer symptoms. Television host Juliana Rancic cited Minogue's cancer story as inspirational when she too was diagnosed with cancer. Following this, she announced that the disease had no recurrence. Beyond her musical and acting career, Minogue has been heavily involved in philanthropy. In 1989, she contributed to a recording of Do They Know It's Christmas to raise money for anti-famine efforts in Ethiopia. In the 2010s, she helped raise money for Haiti earthquake relief, and in 2020 donated $500,000 to help firefighting efforts related to the Australian bushfires. Minogue's other philanthropic pursuits have focused on helping abused children, funding research for AIDS, and raising money and awareness for cancer research. From 1989 to 1991, Minogue was dating Michael Hutchence, the frontman of rock band INXS. Later, she was in a relationship with French photographer Stéphane Sandrinov. Starting in 2018, she began seeing British GQ creative director Paul Solomons.
Victoria, where my family are, just went through their second stage 4 lockdown, so yeah, I've been pretty worried about them, but they're all doing okay.
Kylie Minogue was born in Melbourne, Australia. Her mother, Carol, is a former ballet dancer, while her father, Ronald, is an accountant at a family-owned auto company. Minogue is the eldest of 3 siblings and is of Irish and Welsh ancestry. The family frequently moved around Melbourne when Minogue was young. When they settled in Surrey Hills, she attended Camberwell High School. In 1979, Minogue was given a small part in the soap opera The Sullivans, and in 1980 she had another tiny role in the soap opera Skyways. A bigger part came in 1985 when Minogue landed her leading role in The Henderson Kids. However, she was dropped from the second season. The following year, Minogue had her true breakthrough role in the soap opera Neighbours, playing schoolgirl turned garage mechanic Charlene Mitchell. The show was hugely popular in the UK, drawing 20 million viewers for its famous wedding episode. For a Fitzroy Football Club benefit concert, Minogue performed a duet of I Got You Babe with Neighbours co-star John Waters and sang The Locomotion as her encore. Minogue was subsequently invited by producer Greg Petherick to record a demo of the latter track. In 1987, after the demo was sent to Michael Gudensky of Mushroom Records, Minogue signed on with the label. Her song debuted as a single in the summer of 1987, topping the Australian singles chart for 7 consecutive weeks. It became the best-selling single of the 80s. Due to this success, Minogue went to London to work with the producing group Stock Aitken Waterman. In the summer of 1988, Minogue released her debut album, the self-titled Kylie. It spent over a year on the UK albums chart and eventually became the best-selling album of the decade by a female recording artist. Further, the album went gold in the US with the single The Locomotion hitting number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. Another single, Got to Be Certain, reached number 1 in Australia. Following this, Minogue released her second album, Enjoy Yourself, in 1989. It produced the hit singles Hand on Your Heart and Tears on My Pillow. Minogue put out her third album, Rhythm of Love, in 1990. Although not as commercially successful as its predecessors, it spawned the hit singles Step Back in Time, Better the Devil You Know, and Shocked. In 1991, Minogue released Let's Get To It, her fourth album. Despite being her first album to not make the top 10, it produced the successful singles If You Were With Me Now and Give Me Just a Little More Time. Following this, Minogue put out her first greatest hits album, which reached number 1 in the UK. After signing with Deconstruction Records in 1993, Minogue released her fifth album, the self-titled Kylie Minogue. Peaking at number 4 on the UK albums chart, it spawned the singles Confide in Me, Put Yourself in My Place, and Where's the Feeling. Minogue's final album in the 1990s, 1997's Impossible Princess, featured contributions from musicians such as Sean Moore and James Dean Bradfield.
No plans. Earlier on in the year, when Australia was a shining example of handling COVID.
Kylie Minogue has flaunted her enviable figure in music videos, and it turns out her financial ones are worth making a song and dance about too. Last year, the I Should Be So Lucky star, 52, made £1.8 million despite the pandemic, and her estimated net worth has hit an all-time high of £73 million. The impressive bottom line comes as Kylie basks in the success of 15th album Disco. Latest figures for Kylie's company, Dare Note Limited, showed net assets up £1.9 million to £4.9 million in the year to June 30th, 2020. Assets in her other firm, 10 Minutes Touring Limited, fell just over £100,000 to $1.7 million in the same period. Kylie shot to fame as an 18-year-old in Aussie soap Neighbours, and the hits have not stopped since Locomotion in 1987. She's had 7 UK number ones, including Spinning Around and Can't Get You Out of My Head. She now has a string of endorsement deals, including for Specs, and is set to start a range of wine. Kylie's net worth is estimated to be $120 million. Kylie owns a number of homes in her native Australia, but the most valuable asset in her property portfolio is an apartment in London's ultra-exclusive One Hyde Park development. This one apartment alone is estimated to be worth north of $25 million. Cars you'll find in Kylie's garage include a Lexus CT200, and a black Maserati. A Porsche 911.